everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Happiness Matters, the show, with your host, Mo the Service Dog, who is sleeping somewhere, and me, Beanie Man. And today I'm excited. I have a good friend of mine here. And yes, we met networking, for those of you wondering, Suzanne Talene. And Celine, what the heck is that? Suzanne is a branding expert. And yeah, when we met, how long ago what did we meet? Do you remember?
Oh, at least 3 years.
Okay.
Hasn't
That's
it been?
about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so tell us a little bit about you. Are you a native Coloradoan?
I am not. I'm a Midwest gal. I'm
Oh,
from Dayton, Ohio. And
nice.
you know what though, when I found Colorado, when I visited here, I really had a deep sense in belonging, like I should have been born here.
I get that. Me too. Yes.
Yeah. So I couldn't not be here. And
Nice.
I ended up moving here. At that time, I was down in Mobile, Alabama. Um, she's
That's cool. So,
staring
how
at
long ago did you move here?
I moved here in '96. That's been
Oh,
a
so
while.
you're practically like a native. Because to me, it's like if you live in a place 20 years or longer,
Yeah,
I think you're native.
yeah. I feel like the mountains are my people. You know, they just
I get
are.
it.
I can feel I'm all about nature, and I'm a huge environmental fan and sustainability and that sort of thing. So this is my country out
Love
here.
that. Now, who's your friend that you're holding? She's gorgeous.
Thank you. This is Phoebe.
Phoebe?
Yeah, she when I start talking on the phone or on Zoom, she gets nervous, like I'm talking to her, or she doesn't understand who I'm talking to. And she always wants to jump in my lap.
No, it's like kids. Mom's on the phone. It's like mom, 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 mom.
Right. But she's purring. She's happy.
She's
She's
gorgeous. She's just
the baby.
she's just gorgeous. So, so you are a branding expert.
Brand clarity expert.
Ooh,
Yeah.
brand clarity expert.
Author of Brand DNA.
Love that.
Thank
Love
you.
it. Yeah. So, what got you interested in that?
Well, I tell you, I was in the advertising and marketing industry. Communications really is my degree. I have a minor in graphic design and a minor in psychology.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought design and marketing was what I was meant to be doing in communications and that sort of thing. And when I realized, long story short, after working with corporations and doing the marketing and advertising, I opened up a design boutique called ID by Design, and I specialize in corporate identity design, which is logo design, and pieces that would match and be family pieces to the look and feel of the company,
Okay.
right? And I realized after about 3 years that my clients weren't really growing or expanding from a logo design or even marketing materials. Of course, information was able to get out there. It's not like they weren't doing it before they met me. But what I realized is that all I was doing for the client was putting lipstick on the pig, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And when I realized that when I design new logo look and feel, because the logo was all of a sudden so much more either contemporary or professional than they had before, and they were worried that now they had to live up to that new look and feel. And that's what triggered to me that, you know what, I'm doing you a disservice just putting this new lipstick on the company, because we're really not fundamentally changing or even clarifying the value position of your business, this brand. So what are we marketing? If we haven't clarified the brand, what are we actually creating here in your marketing pieces? And we don't even know that.
Right.
So what happens is when companies start marketing before they've done the real brand work, the clarity work, I'm sorry, I've got cat fur flying.
Hey, for me, it's usually dog hair, so I get it.
If they move forward and begin marketing, which a lot of companies want to do because it's tangible to them, like I'm spending this amount of money and I'm getting this marketing campaign, and so they want to see something happening, right?
Right.
Well, when I spend $10,000 in a marketing campaign and yet I haven't done the work of really understanding who I am as a brand, and I don't know how to deliver on the promise that I've just spent $10,000 on, or have I even trained my people on what the brand actually is and what we stand for so that they can clearly articulate and communicate that through their actions and behaviors. And if they can't do it, what do you think that $10,000 is going to do? It might bring in 3%, right? And then when we interact with them and we start serving them, when we're not delivering on that promise, what's going down the drain? The money we just spent, right? So I just made a decision, and after 3 years of growing my business in the design area, when I went out on my own, that I'm not doing design anymore, and I'm not going to pretend to know who you are as a brand, but I'm going to help you clarify it, and I'm going to help you get serious about it, and then I'll help recreate some visuals that are in alignment with that context and messaging that is in alignment with that. So we now have a base, fundamentally, a lane that we've carved out to stay within. That's the difference between you market a brand.
Right. I love that. And it makes total sense.
It does. But why are there so many companies that don't or haven't spent the time to take a step back, to stop funding their marketing efforts until they've figured this out?
Because awareness, one, effort, and just not knowing. I mean, we don't know what we don't know.
They don't have a system,
right?
Or a methodology around, like, how do I even begin to brand? I don't know.
Right.
That's why this book was created.
I love that. And a lot of times, I mean, we create stuff because there's a need. We're looking for something. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
How can I make sense of this? Or is there somebody who already did it? And we go looking, we go searching.
Right.
But I mean, if we don't know what we're looking for, it's like asking Google, who am I?
You don't know, yeah.
Right. I mean, ask Google, who am I?
Right.
Doesn't know what to answer.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of times we get that. And I remember you were the luncheon speaker at one of the luncheons for the Women's Chamber last year. Was it last year? I think so.
You just cut out on me. Did you say when I presented?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was on leadership, personal brand leadership. And that was 2 Marches ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
At the plenary. Yeah.
It's been a hot minute. But hey, time flies when you're having fun. What can I say? But I remember being there in the audience and listening to you, and I had a whole bunch of like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. Oh wow, well that makes sense.
They're called BFOs, blinding flashes of the obvious. like what?
I love that. Like really. And I was like, oh my gosh, that made so much sense.
Yeah.
But I was not in a place where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like, that was kind of like, oh, seed planted, put it in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Put it in my bag. And now that I'm doing what I'm doing, and I don't know if you remember that, it was a few months ago at one of the breakfasts, and I walked in, and I'm being me, because I don't know how to be anything else. I'm being me, and I walk in all like, la, 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 la. And you look at me, goes like, Beanie, do you remember that? Because I have to tell you, you are so totally your brand. That was the biggest compliment I have received from anybody in ever.
Yeah.
Because I know who you are and what you do. So to get that compliment from you, I felt I was on top of the world, man. My whole day, weekend, everything made.
Aw, I'm glad I could do that for you. It's really, affirming.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in touch
You keep
and you're
freezing.
not fearing being more of that.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the mode of, you're either every day, we're all of us are either in contraction or expansion mode.
Right.
And there are different things throughout the day that get us into these places, right? Different contrasts that cause us to contract or
Mm-hmm.
expand. And that's evolution. That's growth and evolution. So
Right.
that's a good thing, So hopefully I helped you expand that day a little
Oh my
bit.
gosh. I'm still expanding on that.
Good. Good.
No, because I mean, here's the thing. I mean, knowing what I know now, I mean, and yeah, that your speech that you did at that luncheon, was a huge eye opener for me.
Good.
And now looking at places, it's like, I mean, we're all on social media and we get those advertisings. You Google one thing and then you get 5 million advertisings on that. So, of course, when I Googled marketing or something, what wording or whatever it was, I don't even remember. I get so many. And most of them, they're like branding and marketing. It's all one.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting there laughing. It's like, you need to meet my friend. You need to meet my friend because you got it all wrong.
Well, I have spent 16 years separating the two and
Wow.
educating my audiences on the difference between the two. In the same time, there are people misusing the word and combining the two words over and over and over, which perpetuates that
Mm-hmm.
miscommunication, misunderstanding. So I'm in a constant state of perpetuation and making sure people understand the difference. Because when you know the difference, you discern differently,
Right. Absolutely.
right? And that is so
Absolutely.
big. Any decision you make, am I on brand or am I off brand?
Right.
And am I marketing on brand? Well, how do you know if you haven't done any brand work?
Mm-hmm. No, it makes total sense. I hope you guys watching that makes sense to you, that there is a difference. It's
Mm.
like, you are your brand, you're not your logo. Logo is marketing,
Yes, it is.
you are your brand. It's like, I'm the happy
Yeah.
and I like
Yes.
it.
And then knowing that so much is you design, you're consciously and subconsciously designing experiences that impact people around
Hmm.
happiness, because that's your value proposition.
Right.
And you're so engulfed in that position that you've become that in the
Hmm.
minds of your market.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
It's fun. Well, the other thing too is like, once, because to me, this is also part of believing in what you're doing.
Hmm.
It's not just, it's like, I mean, I love the butterflies and rainbows and all of that. Yay. But because I understand the power behind it and I totally get the whole everything. Now I'm looking at it from a whole different perspective as well.
Hmm.
It's like, I'm it. And people are like, because I mean, I cuss and I have some off days. People are like, but you're the happy person. I'm like, I'm still happy. I'm just pissed right now. And that's okay, because I'm allowed, because I'm human,
Human.
but that doesn't change my overall who I am.
Mhm.
It's just right now in this moment, somebody really ticked me off, or a situation really did not go the way I wanted, and I'm letting it out, and then I move on.
Yeah. Well, you have because you're the expert in happiness, you have the tools to
Right.
get back into alignment, which is
Absolutely.
ultimate euphoria,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And
Because happiness
that's when
matters.
you know you're in truth, is
Right.
when you have that sense of contentment and happiness and peace. And that's, to me, really what happiness is about. It's not about this showing a facade
Mm-hmm.
and smiling all the time when you're in pain inside
Mm-hmm.
or you're in
Which
torment.
I have done for many, many, many years.
Right. So that flip, that difference between that authenticity
Right.
and just showing what is the facade is the best.
Yeah, facade is exactly what it was and what it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why it's like I always quote Dr. Seuss, be you, because there's no one youer than you. You know, it's like, and when we're authentic, when we're really ourselves, we don't have to put on a show, you know, because it doesn't change. I mean, even it's like for me, when I have an off day or an off moment or something, it doesn't change the essence of who I am and what I'm all about.
Mm-mm.
It's just I'm human, because I'm human, and I'm a Leo and I'm a girl. Okay. But like you said, now because of who I am and what I do and what I believe, I have the tools, and I don't stay there anymore. Before I was staying because I wasn't living my truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes all the difference.
Right. So in going back to marketing versus branding, so your authentic self is your brand. Everybody has a brand.
Mm-hmm.
The dilemma is they are not clear enough about, right? And the marketing is how they're actually showing up through their actions, behaviors, their narrative, their vernacular, their presence, their tone, their reaction. That is all giving us a perception of
Right.
who they are, even at that default level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's deep.
It's get deep.
Ooh.
Yep.
I know, right? It's like, no, but I mean, it really is. And I have, I mean, again, knowing what I know now, sometimes when, you know, people's like, well, I'm a marketing and branding expert, and, you know, I do websites and this and this. And I'm like, no, you're a marketing person. It's like, you need to talk to my friend Suzanne. And I caught myself every once in a while, you know, spreading the message of the difference, that there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the look like, who are you? Or who makes you an expert? And inside I smile, and I'm, you know, it's like I have a Suzanne in my life.
I'm just sitting on your shoulder.
Right.
Here.
Yep, absolutely. That's totally. So yeah. So let's switch a little bit. What do you do for fun? So when you're not um helping and educating people, what do you do for fun?
I just got back from Costa Rica.
Oh, you poor thing.
I love traveling, adventuring traveling. We did the rainforest for 3 days, and then we did the beach. And in the rainforest, we did
Nice.
zip lining over the canopy of the rainforest in torrential rain. And
Oh, wow.
it was the longest and fastest zip lines we've ever experienced.
But it was warm, so the
It
rain was okay
It
too.
was in the mid 70s. Yeah. But you're being pummeled by raindrops because you're speeding through across the
Right.
canopy, right?
It's kind of like hail. Does it feel like hail?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You can't keep your eyes open. I mean, you can't see where you're going. You're hanging off and trying to look at the view, and you're looking around. And
They don't give you goggles or something to protect
no,
your eyes so
people
you can
talked
see?
about that, but they didn't, they didn't have the goggles or even like a helmet glass, which would have been
Something?
great. Yeah, because it's the rainforest. That happens all the time, right? And then we did a tour in the rainforest. So we did a hike with a guide who
Nice.
extremely knowledgeable about biodiversity and all the animals in there. And we saw tarantulas, vipers, all kinds of birds. And we heard monkeys, but we didn't see them.
Okay.
That they were hiding because they don't like the rain. I'm like, what are they doing in the rainforest? I don't understand.
Because it doesn't always rain in the rainforest?
Oh gosh, it seems like it. The whole time we were there, it did. And I think, and we were at this really cool boutique hotel at the Arenal volcano, and we didn't see it the whole time we were there except for 30 minutes. And we happened to be in the room. We just popped like a bottle of champagne or something because we were just enjoying our stay. Had the windows open, had our feet up on the edge, and all the rooms faced the volcano, and it cleared for like 30 minutes. So we finally got to see something that was total fog. Everyone said it was there. We were like, we don't believe you until we see it.
Wow. Nice.
I can show if you want to show your people.
Sure.
I can
Sure.
find it while we're talking.
Because I love to travel. My problem is it's like I would love to travel and do the hiking and everything, but until the legs work right,
Yeah.
but
And,
that's okay.
and then we got to spend some time on the beach, which was nice. We went to the Pacific side, which is where a lot of expats are of the United States, right?
Hmm. Oh, wow.
Um,
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yep. Nice. It
There.
looks like it's got snow cap on there.
It's fog.
Oh, it's fog.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
clearing from the rain. Yeah.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah. Costa Rica, I got to tell you, they are best practice in all the countries and around the world on sustainability, understanding biodiversity and innovation
No, wow.
in lean processes, right? In green lean processes. And they're a highly conscious country in that space. And we have so much to learn from them. It's very refreshing.
This country can learn so much from so many countries around the world when it comes to sustainability and being green and, taking care of the environment and all of these things.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like Sweden, Norway, or India, or whatever it is. I'm like, why can't we do that? If they can do it, why can't we?
Oh, we
Why
can't.
are we not leading in this?
Right, exactly. We should be. We should be as a nation, not as just individuals, but that's our first step, right?
Right.
Is refusing to buy waste, refusing to buy, single-use plastics, all those things. Now we're moving into this whole other discussion, but let's pull us back
But this
in.
is what I love with the show.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I love with the show, and I always let it go wherever it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's not scripted. It's not. I mean, I have a lot of times people like to come on the show. It's like, do you have questions prepared? I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a conversation. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know where it goes, and that's
Yeah.
the fun part.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do
but I
you
mean,
get
I think talking about sustainability and being environmentally conscious is really important. So, so
it
I'm
is.
I'm totally excited talking about that. I'm not excited that they're now banning straws, but I mean, I get why.
Mm-hmm.
But paper straws are not the answer, people. They dissolve. You take 2 sips and then poof, they're gone.
So I give to the World Wildlife Fund, and one of their gifts this time for people that give, contribute, was to pick a stainless steel reusable straw, and it comes in this little canvas bag. This like maybe it's hemp-made canvas bag, and it has a little
The
like
cleaner,
cleaner thingy in it. So I carry that with me everywhere I go, and I
right?
don't use straws anymore. So those are little teeny tiny things that we can all make a decision, decide to do, and be one piece of the puzzle.
You know what? And it adds up. It's like I remember when we were in Germany. I mean, and I'm telling you, the Germans and the recycling. Oh my gosh, it
On
is. It is. It's asinine, really.
or
I mean,
smart,
they're taking it to a whole nother level. I mean, you have to look. I mean, each plastic piece has like a number,
Mm.
and one does not go in this bag with these, and it has to, and you have to clean it out, and everything gets recycled, which is great.
Yeah.
But it's like a whole job in itself in a regular
Yeah, it's
house.
a new norm
I
that
mean,
we
it's the
put
norm over
ourselves.
there. It's like it's all what you're used to. I
Yeah,
get. And I
here it was.
remember when we were there, they were just getting into the real rigorous and strict recyclings. So, I mean, we weren't as environmentally conscious back then. So we're like, "Whoa, we're good thing we're leaving now, out of here." But I mean, I have friends that are still stationed over there, and they're living. I guess when they're living on post, they have people on post that separate it all. I don't know. But off post, when they live on the economy, they really have to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, which nothing wrong with that.
No.
So,
Here.
but what really gets me, and I get why they do it, but it's like really people releasing balloons.
Mm.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it looks pretty and everything, but here's the thing, I apologize if this sounds insensitive, but I really don't get it. I really don't get it. a lot of times they release balloons like at a celebration of life ceremony or something.
Mm-hmm.
To release the balloons for the person that has passed. I'm sorry. The person has passed.
So let's junk up the environment.
What does that, I mean, to me, I'm not connecting the dots on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all I see is, it going up, and the book goes up, must come down, and it comes up, and those strings and everything, they're really messing up our wildlife.
Yeah.
More than anything, I think.
Yeah, lots of things are. I just saw a post recently on, animals that are at mile deep in the ocean that they've found plastic waste in their bellies.
Right. See, my thing is, instead of releasing butterflies, balloons, release butterflies.
Yeah.
I mean, or bees. We need more bees.
Need more bees. Or bats, maybe.
Something other than plastic.
Yeah, not mosquitoes. Not mosquitoes.
It's all good. It's all good. So do you have anything else you want to share?
Well, in terms of,
anything.
Well, I have a workshop coming up, and I usually do them once a quarter. I don't know what the shelf life is of this particular production.
Well, usually with the shows, because they are evergreen.
Yeah.
It's like I tell people, it's like, if you have something, share it when you share the video with your people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's an evergreen video.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm a certified trainer, and the difference between how I deliver what I know, my expertise is very experiential. Mm-hmm. And then I get everybody in the company involved when I'm coaching and consulting with companies.
I love that.
And if it's one-on-one, that's highly transformation. So I do need to be a better speaker workshop. So I'm training speaker brands on a regular basis to enlist, equip, and engage their audiences to want more of what they have. And nice. I coach individually. I coach in mastermind groups. I coach companies with up to about 2,000 employees. So middle market size companies all the way down to solopreneurs. I have a free package on my website called the Kickstarter.
We like free.
Yeah. It's a Kickstarter toolkit. It has lots of, a couple of assessment tools in there. Understanding.
And what's your website?
Sorry. It's brandascension.com, brandascension.com. And that's great for those getting started and really want to understand what that difference is between marketing and branding, and why branding is so much important at the fundamental level before you make any decisions in marketing. But I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. I've been doing it for 16 years. I have this book. I've got another book in my head. Cool. I have the 6 Myths of Small Business Branding ebook. But
very cool.
Yeah, so I'm really here to help, and I'm here to get people to be more. My tagline is elevating conscious branding in business.
I like
Getting
that.
Conscious about the brand. What do we stand for? And how are we showing up that way every day?
Nice.
And delivering on our promise.
That is so cool. I'm so glad we're connected.
And me too.
Because, life is awesome and exciting, and I don't believe in coincidence. I know you don't either. And we meet people when we meet people for reasons.
Yes.
It may not be apparent at that moment, but down the road, it's like, get it. I love that.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you so much, Suzanne, for being on the show, for sharing the difference and you and everything. You're just amazing.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
And for you guys, okay, if you have not gone to my website, giftfrombeanie.com, to get your quick guide to happiness, go do that. Go to Suzanne's website and get hers. And hey, as always, be happy, be kind, be loved. Until next time. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.